Hello everyone, my name is Arcaneese and today I'm going to go through the patch notes for Ghost Recon Breakpoint Operation Amber Sky. If you want to discuss anything I've spoken about, then please leave a comment below and consider liking and subscribing to the channel. You can also reach out to me on Twitter and I'd love to hear what you think. I'll be bringing up some screenshots of the patch notes, but otherwise in the background I'll have footage of me on Golem Island with minimal HUD. The patch will be downloadable from 9 AM UTC on the 19th of January before the live event begins on the 21st. It'll be 20 GB across all generations of console and PC. We now have some more information about the Amber Sky live event. It will run from January 21st to February 1st. And as we already knew, you will only have a limited window to unlock the event exclusive content, apart from the underbarrel shotgun, which will be permanently unlocked once you complete the mission, and I believe you can do that at any time. The event brings 9 new missions, which are split into 3 categories: Breach, Spy, and Steal. There isn't a lot of information about all of these yet, but there is some details about the Breach missions. These appear to be similar to the raid missions in Ghost Recon Wildlands, where you will be able to breach into a building filled with enemies and fight your way up as they attempt to defend the building. I had hoped that this breach and clear tactic was going to be more free than that, but the radar raids were fun in Wildlands, so I'm happy that we will have a few of these to do. The live event will fill Aroa with a toxic gas, which will be a new world parameter the players can toggle. The gas will have some areas of the world where it reaches a lethal concentration, and players will need to use masks with consumable filters to survive these areas. You'll need to be mindful of your filter supply or you may be unable to survive. We now also have some more information on the Rainbow Six Siege operators joining us in the world. Each will have their own unique ability to help Nomad out. These abilities are closely linked to their tools from Rainbow Six Siege. So Thatcher has an EMP device capable of knocking out drones and electronics. Ash has a grenade launcher, which she will use to target explosive barrels and vehicles. And Finka has the ability to heal and revive the team, providing a short weapon buff as well. It's nice to see some variation in the AI behaviour. Hopefully these new AI teammates will be quite fun to use. There is a lot of loot coming in this update, but not all of it is staying for good. Let's start off with the Amber Sky time limited loot. These items will be available for up to 2 weeks after the February 1st date in Maria's shop, which is the non-premium version of the store. There is a list of all the items available on screen now. The most interesting ones to me are the new weapons. Anything which brings some variation to the types and styles of weapons is always great, especially with so many changes made to the Gunsmith in recent updates. In addition to the Amber Sky live event rewards, the Terminator and Resistance live event rewards are also returning for a limited time. There is no specific timeline mentioned in the patch notes, so I would assume that these are also available until February 15th. These items are on screen now. If you're a fan of the Terminator movies, there are some great items in here from that universe, and the Resistance items bring some good military-themed cosmetics with it as well. Some players may have these items, but I think it's great that they're coming back for those who missed out, and the fact that all of them will be available in Maria's shop. In addition to the live event rewards, there are also a large number of new items being added to Maria's shop and some to the store, which requires the premium Ghost Coins currency. I'll start off with Maria's shop. In addition to the live event, we'll have a mix of new cosmetic items for character customization. There won't be a huge amount added, but it's always good to have some new options. There will also be a large number of new flag patches added, which are rectangular variants on the existing game flag patches. This is nice to see for those who enjoy recreating special forces. The most interesting part of Maria's shop update, to me anyway, is it appears that the PvP reward items are being added to the shop for you to purchase with credits. Now personally, I never enjoyed Ghost War. I spent a lot of time in it just to grind for specific rewards, but I found the whole system restrictive and frustrating. I'm beyond glad that you can now finally get those last few items I wanted to unlock without wasting hours in a game mode I don't enjoy. However, I'm sure those of you who love Ghost War, this is a bit of a kick in the teeth. Your hard work and skill can now be matched with a few skill credits. Hopefully this hasn't upset too many people. Making these rewards more widely available is always positive, right? But at least this means that if you start a new character, you don't need to do those Ghost War challenges all over again. Now on to the premium store. These are items which can only be bought with Ghost coins. The most noticeable is a few Rainbow Six Siege figures, which we all expected to see, and then a few weapon variants, nothing too extreme here. The biggest shock, for me at least, is the addition of the Ultimate Edition exclusive content. These are items which are only available to those who bought the most expensive version of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. When you look at the Ultimate Edition items and the PvP items, it really starts to paint a picture for the future of Breakpoint, but I'll come to more on that in a minute. In addition to new items, we have some Gunsmith updates, which is always a great part about the updates. The last few title updates have massively increased the freedom and creativity of the Gunsmith, and this update continues to add on that. First of all, we finally have an extended magazine attachment for the pistol. This was present in Wildlands and it never made sense as to why it wasn't in Breakpoint. You can buy this attachment from Maria and apply it to most but not all of the pistols, including the M9, the 5.7 USG and the M1911. Then we have the collapsible stock option on several weapons. Again, a feature that was in Wildlands and never made it to Breakpoint. I love having the stock collapsed on the MP5 and I'm really glad to see this on the list. You actually could see this feature already in the game, as Nomad would occasionally load in with a collapsed stock, so I'm glad that players are finally going to have full control over this. There are several weapon updates as well, but it looks like in particular the MK14 is getting some love, with the universal grip system being added, as well as some added customization. I love the MK14 and it's what's being used in most of the clips on screen now. It's just a really fun, versatile weapon. There's also mention of the addition of an SOCOM silencer in particular, which is really exciting. I can't wait to see what that is. There are several other weapons being included in the universal grip system update, which is great to see, though I know a lot of players were hoping for a universal scope system, allowing you to add any scope to any weapon. Maybe Ubisoft will be able to add that to us in the future. Now on to the patch notes. Hopefully those of you that just wanted to see this were able to jump ahead. I've covered some of the major player facing changes already in this video, but on screen now are the bug fixes which are being implemented. There are some good additions to AI teammate behaviour incoming, which would be good to see, especially with the addition of Ash, Thatcher and Finker as new teammates. There are also a large number of fixes to specific cosmetic items clipping or being unable to be customised efficiently. I'm hoping that we get some unlisted updates that allow some of the bow dart gear to be customised, as I'd love to be able to change the colour on some of those, but there's nothing about that here. So this is a big update for Breakpoint. In fact, the last few months we've seen more meaningful content changes than the whole first year of Breakpoint, in my opinion at least. However, I still think we're seeing the beginning of the end for Breakpoint. One of the main things that makes me think this is the sheer quantity of past items being added to the store. Past live events, PvP items, and the Ultimate Edition items have all been added. This to me sounds like Ubisoft is getting ready to walk away from Breakpoint and is making sure that everyone has access to all the content they've created. The big unknown, of course, is Moa Island, that mysterious fog-shrouded island which we cannot access. I was really hoping to see that location made open in the same way as Golem Island, but personally I don't think we'll be seeing anything there now, unless Ubisoft is ready to commit to a proper year 2 of content. It's a shame as new locations add so much to the game, but overall I am happy with what it looks like is being added. But what about you? Do you see any changes that you're excited about in the patch notes? Or do you think this is the beginning of Ghost Recon Breakpoint's comeback instead of its end? Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in the next one.